You can show it. I don't care. But Mindy,
Yes.
guess what?
You're golfing.
We're live. And yes, I'm golfing. I don't have much space, so I'm trying to do it.
Well, I'm thankful since today is your 50th birthday.
Oh, hey, come
But
on.
you are not in your birthday suit today.
Listen, we can just say it's my birthday. We don't have to.
It's a big one. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Huge.
The ocean produced.
Nice.
So Hurricane Earl is just spinning out there in the Atlantic. No threat to land, 500 miles offshore. But that really nice Hurricane Earl is pushing like gigantic waves at our beach, right? So I surfed from 7 to 9 this morning, and it was best waves maybe in 3 years. So
Oh,
good.
wow.
On my birthday.
And your birthday. Somebody's looking out for you up there.
You know it, right? And you're looking out for me.
I know.
That's my gift from Mindy, not the watch. We
Not the watch per se, just the band.
But,
yes.
But the Green Bay Packer band is from Mindy.
Go Pack, go.
So it's awesome. That's personal branding, isn't it?
That is.
You know, a Packer fan, right? A little bit of personal branding in there. Check out my T-shirt.
Rivers. Oh.
Yeah. So this is courtesy of Brian and Brooke up in Wilmington at Rivers Edge. Good people. And I'll tell you, the maker of this shirt, not Rivers Edge, they are the brand on the shirt. They're just awesome. By the way, I love swag. The maker of this
please send Charlie some swag for his birthday.
I'll show you a little bit of my other swag. I got some fun swag. So the maker of this, it's a next level shirt, and I'm telling you, Mindy.
Oh, is it soft?
Most comfortable T-shirt I've ever had in my life. Brian, you're right. Most comfortable T-shirt I have ever had on in my life.
They do a really good job.
That's crazy. Check out this other swag. So this is a Squire. Right?
It's the cutest little thing I've ever seen.
You know, that's how I know it's a Squire. So I went to school at Abbott Penning's High School, and we were the Squires. Now, our friend Craig, who we call Craig Greg, we call him that. Craig Greg is Esky, our buddy in Atlanta. He is Squire Asset Management. I went to high school with Craig, a couple of years ahead of us. But I didn't even know that. We didn't know each other until we connected on LinkedIn one day. But anyway, there's some pretty cool swag. I played football for the Abbott Penning's High School Squires, and so a little mini helmet for my football team, and Craig's wealth management company as well. What else we got? My golf sponsor.
Oh,
I don't know if they know they're my golf sponsor.
But I call them my golf sponsor.
Nicolay Bank, courtesy of my good friend Chris, who works at Nicolay. He hooks me up with a couple golf shirts from now then. So now I'm a sponsored professional golfer, Mindy. Nicolay Bank sponsors me.
Oh my gosh.
I got one more.
See, this is why people aren't going to send you swag. Because then it makes your head get a little big.
No, I am not a professional golfer. I scored 95 the other day, which is a terrible round of golf for me. Usually I'm at 89 or 90. But no, I'm not a professional golfer. But I will wear your brand.
He'll wear it all day long.
I'll wear it on live streams and on webinars and stuff too.
I should have put on my Proud Mouth shirt. I do have a little swag.
I have a
That's right.
Yeah. And then this is from our buddy Larry Sidney.
I love Larry.
Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Larry, little known fact, or maybe a widely known fact, Larry is on the skeleton team for the Israeli National Winter Olympics.
Yeah, he's
and on their national committee. And I don't know, he's got a great story, but he's got a cool logo too. Yeah. He is in a club that started this Epic Tahoe curling, and we were out there a winter or two ago. Larry taught me and Max how to curl.
That's right. Yeah.
It was cool.
And his nickname behind the scenes is Larry the Curling Guy.
Larry the Curling Guy. We can't share everybody's nickname.
No, not everybody.
I'm just kidding. Hey, today we got a really important broadcast. I know we're 4 or 5 minutes in already. I hope we didn't lose an audience. Talking about swag. Hey, what'd you get? It's not really swag, but what'd you just get that you showed me?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hold on. Okay. Everyone knows that the Queen just passed. Yes. And she's near and dear to my heart. And I'm obsessed with the Queen. Not the royal family per se, but the Queen. Look what I got.
A Queen Funko Pop.
Funko Pop.
A Funko Pop of the Queen. It's kind of got a glare, but yeah.
She's so cool. And look, she's even got her little corgi dog right there.
Pretty cool.
She's my friend.
We had a corgi.
Did you? I like their little wiggle butts. Actually, hold on. Speaking of corgis, look, this is my mouse pad.
Yeah, we had one for about 3 weeks, but it kept running away, and somebody brought it back to our house like the 5th time it ran away. So it would bust through the pool screen when we lived down in Ponce. And somebody brought it back, and they're like, hey, it's the 2nd or 3rd time I found your dog. What's up?
Maybe
you can't contain this corgi. And she's like, well, I'll take it if you. I'm like, cool. You now have a corgi.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were, I think it was I don't even know what the situation was, but yeah, we had it briefly. We are loving dog people. It's not like we just.
Oh yes, they're definitely.
We're loving dog people, but anyway, the corgi didn't want to stay with us, so we gave the corgi to a home that would chase it around.
Everything happens for a reason. I bet the corgi didn't run away from her because it always came to her house.
So. Right, it always went to her. Right, so so it makes sense. The corgi lived there now.
But I'm gonna take a really slow sip real quick because we haven't touched on this topic yet. So, go Bills! All right, we're ready.
One game in one season.
Soon
35 years of quarterback success. The most championships in NFL history. The most championships in NFL history.
Yeah, but at least we weren't embarrassed
in 1 week. In 1 week. We were more embarrassed first week last year.
Did you see that? Did you see Aaron Rodgers' cell phone screen where he's calling Devontae Adams? Hey, buddy, we need you back.
No, the Bills got a great team.
I'm too funny. Sorry.
The Bills got a great team. You keep that up, I'm putting my other watch band back on.
No. You look good in green.
All right. Listen, anybody who's here, sorry, we're just kind of droning on. We want to talk about personalized content.
Yes. And how important
for financial professionals. We want to show some examples of good personalized content. And not just good personalized content, maybe some bad canned content too. I'm going to pick on Kelly Olchuk for a second with that one.
Oh, Kelly's going to love that.
She's going to love it. I just got off the phone with her a little while ago.
Nice.
Birthday call. She said to say hi to you.
Oh.
So, Mindy, the industry didn't know what to do with social media when it came. Right? When people wanted to use Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and and those were really the 3 dominant ones, 10 years ago, whatever it was. I met my wife on MySpace 16 years ago. OG.
Oh gosh, I love MySpace.
OG. Anyway, so the industry had trouble with social content. Prior to that, they had trouble with newsletter content too, right? Email marketing came along before social media was a big distribution channel, right? And as a result, what they did, because they had compliance departments that were not built for the approval of all these, all this. I'm sorry, I got birthday text beeping in while we're talking, and shiny object syndrome. So what they did is they pre-approved a lot of content. That's how they dealt with it, right? Because they didn't know how to handle making social media available to their advisors. The advisors were clamoring for it, but because it's a highly regulated environment, FINRA, the firm, right? Broker dealers got their levels of regulation. They approved pre-approved content. Now that led to the growth of companies like FMG Suite, right? I worked for FMG for a couple of years before starting Social Advisors. So, Socialware was probably the first real oversight platform that was producing content for firms. Hearsay Now is probably the biggest one. Proof Point's out there. There's several others out there. And then you've got services like FMG Suite. You've got
Advisor Stream.
Yeah, well, Advisor Stream's a little different, right? Advisor Stream off a Google keyword, algorithm, if you will. But it's all canned content, right? There was a time when just having FMG content was good because just having a brand presence was good.
Yeah.
Right. So advisors would go to FMG, check the box. Great. We've got content, website, newsletter to go with it. So back in the day, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, just having a presence was good. Have your brand.
It was enough. Yeah, it was enough.
Building right now. I don't know what the percentages are. And if I said a percentage, I'd be making it up. But a large percentage of advisors are leveraging these platforms. those people that are still using canned content, and in spite of what compliance tells you, it's highly likely you can personalize your content. Those people that are still using canned content are really doing themselves a disservice.
Yes.
Right. I mean, now, it looks like now, and I don't know if we're there yet, but if we're not there yet, we're real close. Sharing canned content looks extremely lazy and actually probably has the adverse impact on the brand that an advisor is trying to grow. Right.
Agreed.
I'm going to borrow a quote from my friend Derek Notman. Many of you know Derek. Derek, on a comment yesterday, said something like, "Don't outsource yourself." Now, I know what he's saying, right? Derek pushes a lot of content. And to my knowledge, Derek creates all of that content. I don't think busy advisors can keep up with that. I really don't. So it's not that you're outsourcing yourself when you use a company like Social Advisors or another company to create highly personalized content for you. It is that you are leveraging resources, whether they're in your team or an outsourced solution, to help you tell that brand story. That's what's going on there. So I get where Derek's at. I don't know, don't outsource yourself. Partner with people that can tell your story for you. Not everybody.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. So Mindy, anything to add to that? I mean, that was a mouthful, but I really think that canned content is at the verge where it's really kind of hurting brands now.
It is, especially for social media posting. I mean, I'm more inclined to reach out to an advisor, or if I'm, sit on my couch and I'm scrolling through Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever it may be, and I will stop or hesitate on personalized posts. And if you actually take a look at the, analytics, the engagement, how many comments, the likes and things along those lines, numbers don't lie. And personalized content posts, people want to celebrate you. They want to know your story, and people buy from people. I've said it a million times. They like, they trust, and they have something in common with. So, if you post about your story and it resonates with someone, they are more inclined to engage with you or to follow you or to reach out to you because you have something in common. Not saying that LinkedIn is the place to be posting about, your kid's soccer game, but at the same time, those type of posts or imagery that we can use that's going to stop somebody, because it's not just canned content that they see from every other advisor. You can twist those posts into something that will resonate with someone and still be educational and have, a call to action per se, or tell your story. It's very, very important.
I thought my buddy Andy did a great job. Andy McDonough, he's a buddy of mine. We're connected. I've been friends with him for a long, long time. His posts show up a lot. He does a Friday in Focus. Mm-hmm. Andy's a mountaineering guy, lives out west. He was climbing Rainier, the Wonderland Trail. I know nothing about it, but other than the post that he did. And he had a great video, beautiful scenery, right? I mean, great video on his hike of them crossing a suspension bridge. And, and compared the crossing of that suspension bridge, had a business twist to it. I won't get it right, so I won't go into what that twist was, but it was something really authentic from Andy.
Yep.
We could pull it up. I'll pull it up in a second here, but something really authentic from Andy. It spoke directly to what Andy loves to do in his life, and that's spending time out on a trail, right? It had a business twist to it. And it was, it was really just a really great post.
I mean, and personal posts can be business oriented. There is a right and wrong way to do it. Again, don't just post, "Hey, at my kid's soccer game, go team." No, that's not the purpose of that. You can utilize that image of what you're doing and what you enjoy to put it into a business perspective that's going to resonate with someone on a human level.
Yeah, I love it. We'll show a little bit of that too. I want to kind of show, some of the time, I brought up FMG Suite, and I don't want to pick on anybody because certainly I've got friends over there. I don't know how many clients they have now, but it's tens of thousands of advisors.
There's a lot.
All sharing the exact same content. I'll tell you, I get, I'm subscribed to a whole bunch of newsletters, advisor newsletters. Mm-hmm. I know when FMG's newsletters go out because I'll get 10, 12, 15 newsletters, the exact same thing.
Yep. Just different advisors' names attached to it.
Different advisors' names attached to it. That's exactly right. So I don't know if you pulled up some examples. I got a few. I've got
the personalized content.
I've got 2 bad and 2 good right now. So I don't know if you've got anything, Mindy, that you can pull up. I can start real quick if you want.
Yeah, you go ahead and start. I mean, I have a couple posts. I just wanted to show the imagery, but I want to pull up one that actually has some analytics with it.
Okay, give me a second here. That and then that. Again, we're on StreamYard, so we learn more about this technology every week we use it. All right, so you're looking at my. So I want to. This is me picking on Kelly. Okay. I've used this example before. She posted it about a month ago, and Kelly's a good friend, dear friend, I should say. Good doesn't describe it. Client of ours in full transparency. So
And she's a Bills fan.
And she's a Bill fan in Rochester, New York. Yeah, she's a Bills fan. Everybody's a Bills fan, Mindy. You were a Dallas Cowboys fan when I met you.
Yeah, I was. You're right. You're not wrong. Now you're not anymore.
Yeah, that's good for you.
I still like Dak Prescott. Let me take that back.
Yeah, your new team's doing a lot better than your old.
Even though apparently he's breakable. But
so anyway. I was on a call with Kelly, and I said to Kelly in regards to this post, because I was just getting ready for the call and flipping through some of the content she shared, and I think this is an advisor stream post. I'm not sure. I got on the call with Kelly, and I said, Kelly, so tell me, how did that guy finally cure himself of snoring? And she was like, what in the hell are you talking about? And I said, that article about that dude snoring and it was ruining his marriage, and he cured himself. How did he do that? And again, she was, dumbfounded by the question. And I said, well, Kelly, you just posted it on LinkedIn. I thought maybe you'd read the article. By the way, 14-minute read. I don't think I'm taking 14 minutes to read that article, but you just posted it on LinkedIn. I kind of figured you'd have read the article. Well, of course, I knew she hadn't read the article. It was a service that she paid not a lot of money for, and they just cranked out articles for her, right? She checked a series of boxes. Mindy, holy crap.
Sorry, it is storming really bad at my house.
Is that what's headed my way?
That is exactly what's headed your way. Yes.
Holy crap, that was huge.
Sorry, guys.
So this is just an example of a set it and forget it content solution. And I'm not logged in as an admin on her page, though I think I'm an admin on her page. Well, this is her personal, not her business page. But you can see it got zero interaction. It was up for a month. A couple of problems here, right? That link, advisor.news, that link is driving people away from LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't want to lose people, right? They sell ads. They want people to be present. They want people to be engaged in processes on LinkedIn. And so by posting a link outside of LinkedIn, Kelly's going to get a lot less exposure for this content. Now, subsequently, she canceled that service. By like the day, I was like, just get rid of it, Kelly. You don't even know what the heck they're posting for you, right? Now I've got 3 examples, Mindy. I don't know if you got anything you want to share.
For personalized?
Well, I don't want to get into bad, we're just kind of looking at, I'm trying to find you. Oh, there you are. We're just kind of looking at right now some examples of the canned content that's out there. Incidentally, canned content is all about just not taxing I'll say regulators and compliance, but really the risk mitigation department. That's what they are, right? They have to manage to the lowest common denominator as far as creating risk for their firm, right? So compliance, kibosh is a whole bunch of stuff. And they don't want you to do personalized, because if you do personalized, they need more compliance officers. That's not your problem. Sorry, compliance people that know me. That's not your problem. Your voice, your digital voice, your personalized content is really important for the network you're building and the client acquisition strategy you have. So I don't know, Mindy, if you got anything to share,
I can show you. I have like a Husky post I can show you, and this is organic.
I actually have 3 Husky posts.
Okay, let's go and do those. So you're talking about the personalized stuff, or do you have?
Yeah, no, personalized. So Steven's a client of ours as well, and I'm going to start with, I'll start with this post here. Now, this killed it, right? 38 comments.
Yeah.
Me and 32 other people like this, right? This thing killed it. I don't know what the exposure was on it, but suffice it to say it was in the thousands of people saw it. Now I know, because we work with Steven, I know Steven's building the right network of dentists. And I love that picture of South Carolina behind him, because we got that for him. But, Now, anybody watching this is like, yeah, but look at the high production value on the video and stuff, right? Which is, I mean, he's doing it off the cuff, right? But it does take a little bit of time. What I want to show is what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Okay, so what I want to show is this one here, right? So you're used to seeing Steven post something that is, 40 likes and 32 comments. Check this out. This one got liked by Steven himself and 2 other people. That guy's First National Bank, that guy's Bank of America. I don't know, maybe they want Steven to sell some products for him. One of the issues here is a link back to Husky Financial, right? So they just don't give it any exposure. Now, for those of you who saw that first post and said, yeah, but Steven's doing video and he's great at it and all that other stuff, I want to show this one too. No, that's the
I was
Kelly.
going to say, show one of his plain Jane ones then.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what happened here, but something I got messed up. I'll find it again. Oh, here it is. So this was one that we helped him out with, right?
Yep.
55, me and 55 other people, 46 comments. This is about a nonprofit
resource partner.
Yeah, nonprofit Steven's really passionate about.
Yep.
Right. So this was simple. This wasn't Steven, making video. Right. This is Steven just sharing something about him. Right. This is something he's really passionate about. So anyway, I guess I clicked away from that a little bit. So that's the kind of exposure, right? When you're creating personalized content, you're present, you're engaged in your business development process. That's the type of exposure that you can expect with personalized content versus canned content like the Kelly article that you didn't even know what's being posted.
Right.
That stuff looks lazy. It gets no exposure. And, I don't know how many, again, clients FMG Suite has, but suffice it to say, it's thousands.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Several advisors in every state. It's likely people in your network are seeing the exact same content from other advisors, and that doesn't do anything for your brand. I'm going to pause for a second because I feel like I've been talking a lot.
It's okay. That's normal.
All right. I wanted to give you an opportunity to jump in there if you want.
I mean, really, there's nothing else that I can't stress enough. I feel like there's a need for canned content at a certain point, I guess, like it can give you ideas. I wouldn't say to utilize it because it's not going to improve anything for you, but at least for, like for Snappy Kraken, for example. I know we've talked about it before. I have some advisors that utilize Snappy Kraken. It is canned content, but at the same time, they utilize it for content ideas. So they can't maybe afford to outsource it, to do personalized stuff, but they'll take a Snappy Kraken idea and then they can use that kind of template to outline their personal post. So, I think it's very, very important to make sure that whatever you are putting out there as far as your digital voice goes, that it is customized and personalized to you. It has to be different than what anybody else is putting out there. Every advisor that comes to me, they're like, oh, Mindy, I'm different. Like, well, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what this one says, because no, you're not. Every advisor that comes to me, typically, there's always those one-offs.
Well, I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair to say they're not, right? Because they are, because everybody's an individual. Well,
everybody is unique and they are individuals, but as far as their digital presence goes, they're no different than any other advisor.
I took what you were saying. Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, they're absolutely unique in their own personal way, but they don't know how to portray that.
Yeah, they're not telling that story.
They're not telling that story.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I like snappy content too. Snappy content is the best of the canned content out there.
It is. It really is.
Content. Now you've got opportunities to personalize it, but you and I both know, and others, that most people are not going to do that, right?
Right.
You've got some people that will personalize it. Most people are not taking the time to personalize. They go to a solution like that for a reason, and that's so they don't have to do it.
Yeah, and they don't have the time for it. That's usually the number one pain point of an advisor, especially ones that are just starting out. They don't have time for it. They're working hard. They're grinding, So
And as you grow, you've got a team. Like I saw Brian commented on LinkedIn. So I'm curious to see what his comment was because of his cool shirt, right? But like Brian's got Brooke, right? Right. Brian's got Brooke to help him with things. And I like what you said about leveraging some of that canned content for inspiration. Now, also, your content, it should have less to do with your expertise and more to do with relatability and relationship.
Yes.
Right. So you are an expert based on the alphabet soup behind your name, right? All the things you've achieved for like designations, your education, the social proof that's out there. You're an expert. That's kind of a given. Now you have to reinforce that from time to time.
Yes, but that's easy. Something that's easily Googleable, I guess, is if that's even a word. Like I would much rather an advisor tell me, even in content or whatever, how they've helped another person that might be in my situation, because that's what's going to resonate with me, not their products and their services and things they can do. I want to know how they have changed someone else's outlook.
Yeah, I agree. And also talking a little bit about personality, right? What are you into? Who are you? What do you like to do?
Yes.
Right. So being relatable, understanding that the content is designed to drive relationship. Of course, you're an expert. And of course, you want to reinforce that expertise. But think about relating to other people.
Right.
Not preaching to them, relating to them. Right. So that's really important. I do want to show our website real quick before we shut off. And I have one request from everybody listening that I'll get to before we. So our website, and the reason I'm showing this is because if you do suffer from having an issue with not knowing what to post, we've got a really cool little 365-day content calendar. That number 365 might not be true because you can see it's not on the weekends. For every business, I know we call it that, but it's really like, I don't know what, 280, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know.
So 280-day content calendar. So every day of the week, we're going to give you an inspiration for something to base your content on. Right? We're not writing your content for you, but we are going to inspire you to write content for yourself.
And guys, we use this for our business too. So, we come up with ideas. I mean, everybody gets writer's block every once in a while. We have content curators that are like, man, now what do I come up with? So this is something that's an ongoing thing. I would highly, highly suggest you go to the website and just download it. It's completely free to you. And I utilize it on the daily. I love it.
You're probably going to get an email from us if you download it, by the way. Just say it.
Well, probably for me, because I want to talk to you people. So
exactly. So that's a good piece. And I'd be remiss to we always try to bring value. I'd be remiss to say that if I didn't say that we offer services to advisors to help.
We do, of course.
Right. So if you need help in that arena, if you've been sharing the same kind of content for a long time, you see very little result for it, we would love to talk to you about that. I don't think you can do too much content. I used to get that question, how many times should I post a week on LinkedIn? I don't know, 150. I'm kidding when I say that, right? But I don't think you can do too much. Like we've got a podcast running now.
Yeah.
We're pulling content from the podcast. We make 3 posts a week as me. We make 3 posts on my behalf. I'll tell you, I'll share with you. I'm not always the guy running the engine there. We've got a team built around that. So if you've got a team, you can do this stuff too. If you don't, you can leverage our team for it. But yeah, podcasts, webinars, these Tuesdays at 2, all of this is content that we create.
Blogs that we write. I mean, webinars that we host. I mean, all of that stuff is content that you can pull snippets from to make posts.
Yeah. Love it. So anyway, content. It's important. It really is.
It is important.
If you're spending a little bit of time each day building a network on LinkedIn, if you need help with that, we'd love to help you with that too. But if you're spending a little time each day building a network on LinkedIn of the right people to be connected to, having content there consistently helps drive relationship and engagement. It's that simple, and it works.
Could be something as simple as an inspirational quote.
Yeah, right. Or, like if you want to start a podcast, you're an advisor, you want to start a podcast. We talked about Loudmouth earlier. Reach out to Matt Halloran, right?
Oh, I love Matt.
Love Matt. If you're, if you've got, you saw Steven's video and you're like, oh gosh, how can I do videos like that? Reach out to our friend Katie Braden. Katie don't do your video, but she'll teach you how to do video for yourself, right? So I'm looking at our other community here. I was looking at a list of people that we keep like kind of.
I was going to say, if you need inspiration, come to our webinar with Beth McGill. She is the most inspirational person I have ever met.
Yeah, next Tuesday we should pump that. Right. Yep, next Tuesday.
Right.
Next Tuesday at 2, we'll have Beth McGill on. We're talking about mindset.
Yes.
And mindset is so important, right? So just keeping a clear mind, having a positive outlook, and not letting the negativity bleed in. No. And changes a day. So
that's right.
Cool. Mindy, if you have anything else on content, if not, I'm going to wrap up with a special request. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So my good friend Danny, I'm not going to go into any. I don't want to expose Danny. So I'll just use first name. My good friend Danny has surgery in 90 minutes to remove some cancer. Ooh. And I learned this news last night. So we're going to be thinking about Danny and anybody else out there. We'd appreciate those thoughts too. That's it.
Oh, you had me scared for a minute.
No.
You always throw me for a loop sometimes. I'm like, oh God, what is he going to say? This was not part of the script. What is he going to say?
But the power of that collective, I think.
That's right. Yes.
Goes a long way, and we'll push some other stuff. Check out RIA Collective. That's our new podcast. I think we got maybe 8 or 10 episodes up.
Yep.
It really is all about one of the trends that I've seen in the industry for a long time is people moving from that captive space into an independent space, whether that's an independent broker dealer or going all the way to joining or starting their own RIA. RIA Collective is all about helping advisors move from that captive space into an independent space. I might upset a couple of people because I got good friends at Morgan and Merrill, and I hope this isn't upsetting, but when you've got product biases and you've got quotas and you've got incentives based around things, you may have a tendency to serve the firm first before you serve the client to some degree. So I really think that the best fiduciary position in the industry is RIA. You can serve clients purely without any kind of influence from the firm in that position. It's just helping people move to that place in the industry because I think it's best for the client relationship. But, I hope that didn't upset. I said that as softly as I could. I hope that didn't upset anybody.
Well, I put some great information in there too, because there's a lot of advisors out there that don't even know where to begin to do something like that. Maybe they're interested, and that's what RIA Collective is for.
Yeah. So awesome. Mindy, if we don't have anything else, I'm going to wrap.
All right. Go catch a wave.
Well, if I can get there before the storm gets there.
Oh, don't. No.
Oh, yeah, no, go back.
Go back.